Hello you guys, and welcome back to Bible Brain Teaser channel. Before start, please subscribe our channel to give us much motivation. Today, we have 20 quizzes about life of Herod. Each you have 7 seconds to think. Let's go. 1. What was the title given to Herod in the Bible? A. The Great. B. The Wise. C. The Tetrarch. The Tetrarch. Now Herod the Tetrarch heard about all that was going on. Luke 9-7 NIV. 2. Who visited Herod seeking the newborn king? A. Wise men. B. Shepherds. C. Angels. Wise men. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem. Matthew 2-1 NIV. 3. What did Herod promise to give to Herodias' daughter? A. Half of his kingdom. B. A new robe. C. A bag of gold. Half of his kingdom. The king was distressed, but because of his oaths and his dinner guests, he ordered that her request be granted. Matthew 14-9 NIV. 4. Whose death did Herod order in an attempt to kill Jesus? A. All male children. B. John the Baptist. C. The high priests. John the Baptist. And he sent and had John beheaded in the prison. Matthew 14:10 ESV. 5. Why did Herod arrest John the Baptist? A. Criticizing the king. B. Political conspiracy. C. Religious heresy. Criticizing the king. For Herod had arrested John, bound him, and put him in prison on account of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife. Mark 6:17 Nurse VRV. 6. Which prophet accused Herod of sin? A. John the Baptist. B. Isaiah. C. Jeremiah. John the Baptist. But when John rebuked Herod the Tetrarch because of his marriage to Herodias, his brother's wife, and all the other evil things he had done, Luke 3:19 NIV. 7. What did Herod do when he heard about Jesus' miracles? A. He was afraid. B. He wanted to see miracles. C. He mocked Jesus. He wanted to see miracles. When Herod heard about Jesus, he was perplexed, because some were saying that John had been raised from the dead, others that Elijah had appeared, and still others that one of the prophets of long ago had come back to life. Luke 9:7-8 NIV. 8. How did Herod react when Pilate sent Jesus to him? A. He was overjoyed. B. He was indifferent. C. He was terrified. He was indifferent. When Pilate heard this, he asked whether the man was a Galilean. And when he learned that he belonged to Herod's jurisdiction, he sent him over to Herod, who was himself in Jerusalem at that time. Luke 23:6-7 ESV. 9. What did Herod do to James, the brother of John? A. Beheaded. B. Imprisoned. C. Exiled. Beheaded. About that time, Herod the king laid violent hands on some who belonged to the church. He killed James the brother of John with the sword, Acts 12:1-2 ESV. 10. Who did Herod think Jesus was when they finally met? A. John the Baptist. B. Elijah. C. A prophet. John the Baptist. Now Herod the Tetrarch heard about all that was going on, and he was perplexed because some were saying that John had been raised from the dead. Luke 9-7 NIV. 11. What did Herod do when he couldn't figure out who Jesus was? A. Mocked him. B. Sent him away. C. Worshipped him. Sent him away. And Herod with his soldiers treated him with contempt and mocked him, dressed him in a gorgeous robe, and sent him back to Pilate. Luke 23:11 HCSB. 12. What was the result of Herod's mockery of Jesus? A. Jesus was silent. B. Jesus was angered. C. Jesus was crucified. Jesus was crucified. So Herod, with his soldiers, treated him with contempt and mocked him, then dressed him in bright clothing and sent him back to Pilate. Luke 23:11 CSB. 13. Whom did Herod blame for the death of John the Baptist? A. His wife. B. The Pharisees. C. The crowd. His wife. The king was distressed, but because of his oaths and his dinner guests, he ordered that her request be granted and had John beheaded in the prison. Matthew 14-9 NIV. 14. In what city did Herod meet his death? A. Caesarea. B. Jerusalem. C. Rome. Caesarea. On an appointed day, Herod put on his royal robes, sat on the throne, and delivered a public address to them. The people shouted, "This is the voice of a God, not a man." Acts 12:21-22 NIV. 15. Why did Herod die according to the Bible? A. Struck down by an angel. B. Natural causes. C. Eaten by worms. Struck down by an angel. Immediately an angel of the Lord struck him down, because he did not give the glory to God, and he was eaten by worms and died. Acts 12:23 NIV. 16. Who visited Herod to pay him homage? A. People of Tyre and Sidon. B. The wise men. C. Pharisees and scribes. The wise men. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Matthew 2:11 NIV. 17. Why did Herod fear John the Baptist? A. He thought he was a prophet. B. He thought he was Elijah. C. He thought he was possessed. He thought he was possessed. And Herod was afraid, saying, John, whom I beheaded, has been raised. Mark 6:16 ESV. 18. Who advised Herod to kill the infants in Bethlehem? A. Chief priests. B. Wise men. C. The Pharisees. Chief priests. Then Herod, when he saw that he had been tricked by the wise men, became furious, and he sent and killed all the male children in Bethlehem and in all that region who were 2 years old or under. Matthew 2:16 ESV. 19. What did Herod do when he found out about the birth of Jesus? A. Sought to worship him. B. Rejoiced. C. Plotted to kill him. Plotted to kill him. When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And assembling all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. Matthew 2:3-4 ASV. 20. What was Herod's reaction when Pilate sent Jesus back to him? A. Mocked Jesus. B. Questioned him. C. Dressed him in royal robes. Dressed him in royal robes. So Herod, with his soldiers, treated him with contempt and mocked him, then dressed him in bright clothing and sent him back to Pilate. Luke 23:11 CSB. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next video.